The Little Mermaid, the latest rehashing of a Disney animated classic, and it's been out for a while and I haven't covered it yet, but I only just saw it, and in fact I've ended up seeing it twice because I saw it the other day with my girlfriend and I thought I'd give it another go before I reviewed it. My past history with these live action Disney remakes is a bit of a rocky one. They've done some decent ones, they've done some not so decent ones. I think the main issue that they have with a lot of these is rehashing something that didn't really need anything doing to it. Don't fix what isn't broken. Also, they didn't quite capture the magic of the animated films. Animated films get away with a lot of things that live action movies simply can't. And I think The Little Mermaid is no different. However, there are aspects of this film that I think that are a lot better than some of its predecessors. I think they've extended this fairly well, although the pacing is a little off. In fact, it gets a little trudgy, and my partner got a bit bored with it, and so did I as well. The second time round, I realised that it had a lot of pacing issues, whereas first time round, I was kind of caught up in it. It follows the same patterns of the original film. Need I say more? You've probably all seen The Little Mermaid, the original. I think there are aspects of this film where they've really dialed in like what made The Little Mermaid so special. The music is obviously like one of the key components of this film. It's magical. The second that ethereal music starts off, I'm like, oh yeah, I feel the feels. It's really cool. Some of the visuals at the beginning are really good. I think the start of the film is really impactful and gets you on a journey. But then as you start getting into the film, you start to see some of the problems with it. And one of the key issues with this film is obviously it's live action, but there's a heavy amount of CGI, and especially underwater. There are certain precedents that have already been set in the cinema world. Avatar 2 just came out and showed us how you do underwater. And so now The Little Mermaid's come out, you expect that Disney are going to go the distance and spend good money to make this look good. And unfortunately, they've gone for a system that just doesn't look good, in my opinion. I think when they're underwater, they've done dry for wet, so they are on a dry stage pretending that they are underwater, and you can tell. That pulled me out of the film. Whereas in animation, that is not a problem. And there is no problem in animation as well when you go from the sea up to the surface. You can do what you want. You can break some physics to make things look good. The second King Triton, particularly, gets out of the water, he looks ridiculous. There is a bit at the end, at the very, very end of the film, where King Triton's hovering out of water and he's doing all this. And Danny, my girlfriend, laughed out loud at that shot. It came on and we were just both in bits at how daft it looked. And so when you're trying to sell these characters, it doesn't help that you're laughing at these things that you're not supposed to be laughing at. There are some great things about this film, of course. This is a good film and enjoyable to watch. And mainly because Melissa McCarthy knocks it out of the park as Ursula. She's perfect. And I never thought I'd say that about Melissa McCarthy in a film. She's a great actress and she's been in some good films, but she's also been in some really bad ones. This is brilliant. You can tell she's a mega fan. There's even a few little Melissa McCarthyisms that actually work within the character. Every second she was on screen, except for the very end when she was digitally there as big Queen Ursula, was brilliant. And visually she looked great. The CGI on her was amazing, all the colours and everything, and her layer was brilliant. Secondly, Prince Eric has been fleshed out here and it's really, really good. Namely because the actor does a great job with the role. His song that they interjected is it kind of fits. It's very poppy. It sounds very modern, but it kind of works. I think just the fleshing out of this character is really good. However, when they get to the stage where they're trying to expand on Ariel and Eric developing a relationship, it's a bit slow. Like one scene where they're just dancing in a market, like everyone just, sporadically goes into dance. I know it's a musical and that's supposed to happen. It was one of these things where I was just like, they just went to a market and danced and came back. They could have just skipped right to the boat scene, which is the bit we were all kind of waiting for. I was going in expecting to completely hate the fact that they used real like fish and crab and gull for the creature characters. And actually, it was fine. I wasn't that bothered with it this time around. With Lion King, I hated it. It looked crap. it just looked boring. Because it was just animals talking and they don't look very animated. And in this, it's got the same problem, but I think this one, it's not as bad because they're support characters, so it kind of gets away with it a bit more. I haven't even talked about Ariel yet. I think Halle Bailey did a great job. Her singing is fantastic. Her acting is pretty good most of the time. I think where this falls off, Javier Bardem, he chews up his lines a lot. There are actually times where I'm like, what the hell did he just say? He just trips over so many lines, and I don't know how they didn't ADR that stuff or do another take, because, there's some bad lines there. He's a great actor and should have suited that role, and I just don't think, just something about it didn't work for me. I just think there are creative decisions that didn't work in this that feel weird. Like, the weirdest bit by far, in my opinion, is the bit where she's singing on the rock just after she's saved the prince, and she does this crawly thing along the rock, and you're like, what the hell is she doing? And she's getting in position to do the big thing, when the wave comes behind her and it's all, and it looks so stupid. Why is this in there? I mean, sorry, I don't know why I'm asking why. I know why. Disney, you just wanted to recreate that scene from the animated show. But it doesn't work here. Or you just didn't block it right. It just looked weird and out of place and just... Also, there's a new song in this, and it's by Scuttlebutt, and it's basically a rap. It's by far and away one of the worst pieces of music I've heard in a film ever. Like, ever. It's the most horrendous, heinous, most pointless thing you've ever heard in your life. You've been warned. You've been warned. For all my little criticisms and things, like, there are some exasperating moments of why the hell did they decide to do that? But then there are moments of, oh, that's really good and really powerful. And so it does this seesawing all the way through the viewing. So unfortunately, that makes for just a meh film. CGI needed looking at in some places. It just looked too video gamey and cartoony, dare I say it. But this is live action. It's got to look like the real deal. And it just, like, after Lion King going, oh, it looks hyper real, and then you go into the Little Mermaid and it doesn't. It's like, come on, mate. Like, seriously. I think Rob Marshall did a very good job here. There's a sprinkling of his magic over this in terms of directing talent. I enjoyed it, but now that I've seen it twice, I'm like, I don't want to see it again. I'd actually like to go and watch. I'll watch the original. Thank you very much. It's half an hour shorter and has all the good bits in. There you go. That's my review of The Little Mermaid. It's on Disney Plus in the next couple of weeks. So if you haven't seen it, go and watch it. See if you agree with my review. Did you like this film? Did you not? Let me know in the comments. Please like and obviously subscribe. We've had 35 subscribers since I started doing this in earnest. So thank you very much to all those people who subscribed. Please join the club and look out for more coming soon. I've been trying to find time to go to the cinema to see more films, but I just haven't recently. So I'm reviewing older films that I'm now watching at home. If you've got a film that you would like me to see and review, do let me know below in the comments and I'll try my best. All right, I'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for watching and I'll see you on the next one.